him, though, is this laughing Kamala remark. It's such a sexist remark because a guy I was with over the weekend, a friend of mine, that said Kamala's laugh annoys me. Remember they said that about Hillary's laugh, that she was cackling. And men, you know, they don't like a funny woman. They're afraid if you laugh or you make a joke that maybe you'll do that when they're in bed with you. It's like this fear.
What?
Bill Maher, he gave his take on the difference between Republicans and Democrats. Take a look. Politics in this country is binary. You have to wear everything anyone on your side does. Republicans are the party of don't wear masks, kids in cages, lock her up, and Democrats are the party of every HYP sensitive social justice warrior woke story in the news. I think she's probably been put in there because, according to Donald Trump, she's a 10U. No, that's what it is. I want. Whoopi attacks me on a regular basis. She says stupid on a regular basis. It just happened to coincide, but can I just say this? I had on last week. Joy Behar just got obliterated by Bill Maher, and the internet is having a meltdown. Many are cheering Maher's BR roast of Bear, agreeing it's high time someone handed her a reality check. So what did Bear say to make Maher go full throttle, and how did he dismantle her so thoroughly that woke Twitter is clutching its pearls? We've got all the receipts, all the drama, and the kind of verbal smackdown that'll make your popcorn taste even better. Buckle up, you don't want to miss this. First, let's play you this clip of Joy Behar making some really absurd remarks, and then we'll bring you Bill Maher's classic reaction. I think she's probably been put in there because, according to Donald Trump, she's a 10. You know that's what it is. I want to be clear though. It's not her first job. It was her first press briefing. She worked in the previous. You've probably seen this clip before, so we won't bore you with the full thing, but in a nutshell, Behar is taking a swing at Karoline Leavitt's intelligence because, well, that's what the harpies on The View do. According to Behar, Leavitt was only appointed by Donald Trump as the new press secretary because she's a size 10, because obviously enjoys world qualifications are measured in dress sizes, which is ironic considering Behar has been delivering bad takes and absurd views for decades, and no one's asked her for credentials, even when her co-host Alyssa reminded her of Lit's qualifications and portfolio. Behar decided to ignore her. Of course, this rid Bill Maher, and here's his classic response. But isn't it interesting that it's called its? I mean, I don't think they meant this when Barbara Whalers invented it a long time ago, but it's the view. Well, that's the problem in America. There is one view, true opinion, and everybody else can go sit. You can't just love Bill Maher any less. He says it as it is. Maher points out the problem with the view. The name alone tells you everything. It's not a view or multiple views. It's the view because apparently theirs is the only one that matters. Every other opinion nonsense. Wrong, not even worth acknowledging, and like clockwork, Joy Behar is leading the charge and shutting down anything that doesn't fit the approved narrative, even in their own echo chamber of a show. Behar can't stomach Alyssa Farah Griffin having a differing opinion on Karoline Leavitt's appointment as press secretary, because in Joy's world, disagreeing with her isn't just wrong, it's blasphemy. Politics in this country is binary. You have to wear everything anyone on your side does. Republicans are the party of don't wear masks, kids in cages, lock her up, and Democrats are the party of every hyper-sensitive social justice warrior woke story in the news. They are the party that disappears people or tries to make them apologize for ridiculous. Bill Maher isn't just roasting Joy Behar, he's torching the entire Democratic Party while he's at it. And honestly, he's spot on. If the Democrats had appointed Karoline Leavitt, Behar would be leading the standing Ovation she'd be gushing about Litz. Brilliance, poise and unparalleled. Eloquence, probably throwing in some over-the-top speech about how she's the future of America, but since Levitt got the job under Trump, suddenly none of that matters. Nope, now it's all about her dress size, because that's the intellectual depth we've come to expect from The View. In fact, if anyone else reduced a woman's accomplishments to her appearance, Behar would be in full meltdown mode, screeching about sexism and demanding an apology to all. But when it's her side doing it, silence. Joy Behar's glaring hypocrisy wasn't only spotted and torched by Maher. Here's Greg Gutfeld's take on Behar's performative actions. Oh, is she really a 10? We'll be right back. Jessie was a 7. Joy Behar calls her a 10. I mean, how dare she objectify a woman with a sexist rating system? But it's such a typical thing from a 1.5. Well, what a scorching takedown from Gutfeld, and he's absolutely right. Joy Behar did objectify Caroline Levitt by chalking up her success to her looks, because apparently women can't possibly succeed on merit unless they're Democrats. Honestly, if anyone had said the same thing about a woman on the left, Behar would have gone full meltdown, screeching about sexism and demanding they be cancelled. But here's where it gets interesting. The same crowd that pushes Behar, which, let's be honest, prioritizes optics over competence, suddenly doesn't see a problem when they are the ones reducing a woman to her appearance. Levitt, meanwhile, is at the White House confidently handling press briefings like a pro, proving she knows her stuff. But instead of acknowledging her competence, Behar chooses petty insults. Maybe she's just jealous, which is exactly Gutfeld's point. According to him, Behar is 1.5 light years away from a 10, and that's probably why she went after Levitt in the first place. The ever empowering feminist Joy herself, everyone. And this is why, of course, she's on The View and not working for the most powerful man in the world, because Caroline would wipe the floor with you Bishop Banshees any day. This journalist just proved our theory. Joy Behar is probably seething with jealousy after all. Caroline Levitt is working for the world's most powerful president, while Behar is still yelling over cackling co-hosts on a daytime talk show. In Behar's mind, Levitt is some rookie who hasn't earned the right to hold such a high position, because apparently experience only counts when it benefits her side of the aisle. But here's what Behar convenient lie ignores. It's not about age, it's about intelligence, capability and, dare we say, competence. Levitt has all three, and that's what really burns Behar. If Levitt were a 25-year-old liberal, Behar would be hailing her as a trailblazing icon for young women instead, because Levitt dares to think independently. She's reduced to nothing more than her looks. Maybe Behar is just mad that her resume wouldn't land her a job answering phones at the White House, let alone leading a press briefing. Now, if you think we're making this up, here's Joy Behar calling people sexist simply for not enjoying Kamala Harris's cackles. Yep, you heard that right. Disliking the vice president's ear-piercing laughter is now a textbook example of misogyny. What really ticks me off about him, though, is this laughing Kamala remark. It's such a sexist remark, because a guy I was with over the weekend, a friend of mine, that said the comms laugh annoys me. Remember, they said that about Hillary's laugh, that she was cackling, and men, you know, they don't like a funny woman. We're afraid if you laugh or you make a joke, that maybe you'll do that when they're in bed with you. It's like there's a fear. What? Well, don't be surprised the ladies
and they're essentially saying that it's a money grab. And they're also going to countersue for millions of dollars, 5 million plus.
Stuff. Let's just not forget who she is. She's been for years lecturing America about morality and equality system.
Emanuel denied the allegations via a statement through his lawyer, telling Daily Mail that his client, quote, denies each and every allegation and that the lawsuit is a blanket, scattershot, meritless lawsuit.
On The View have some of the weirdest takes in America. It's practically their brand at this point. Sometimes we can't help but wonder if they just pull these bizarre claims out of a hat. I mean, how does Behar even come to the conclusion that disliking a woman's laughter means you're afraid of women? Does that even sound scientific? Or did she just throw words together and hope no one would question it? No wonder Ben Shapiro saw the absurdity in her statements and called her out for it. If you don't like Kay Harris's weird cackling, it's because you fear her in the boudoir. Oh, that's a theory. Their Joy, I feel like, given her personal history, I mean Willie Brown and all, that's probably not what people are thinking about Kamala Harris when they are thinking about that type of activity. But she'll go with that. Ben pointed out the obvious. People's dislike of Kamala Harris's laughter has absolutely nothing to do with sexism or some deep-seated fear of women. It's just that her laugh is, well, objectively unbearable. Not everything is some grand conspiracy against women. Sometimes people just find an awkward, misplaced cackle annoying. Shocking, right? But of course the woke mob can't accept such a simple truth. Nope, they have to twist it into yet another ISM sexism racism take. You your pick, because that's their playbook. If you don't clap like a seal at every aspect of their chosen figures, you're a terrible person. Dislike a laugh, misogynist, criticize a policy, bigot, prefer your coffee black, white, supremacist. It's all part of the same absurd strategy. Slap a woke approved label on every criticism, no matter how ridiculous, so they can silence dissent and keep pushing their agenda. Because if they actually had to debate their ideas, well, that's when things start falling apart. This idea that Trump won with some kind of mandate is not true. I mean, we have information there. He beat Kamala Harris by 1.6%. Joe Biden beat Trump by 4.5%, and nobody said it was a mandate. So get that out of your lips, out of your mouth. These people were saying it's a mandate. It's not a mandate. Joy Behar once again is very confused. The reason that Trump is said to have a mandate here is not because he won the election by 1.6%. He didn't win the election by 1.6%. He won the election in a landslide. He got 312 electoral votes. Electoral votes is what determines who wins the presidential election. He only needed 270 to win, and he got 312. Totally destroyed Kamala Harris. That number, the 1.6 or 1.8% that she's referencing, is the popular vote. Trump also won the popular vote, first time a Republican's done that in 20 years. Huge Democrats have an advantage in the popular vote because Republicans generally don't campaign in the big Democrat states, New York and California, because the Democrats are going to win it anyway. It's a waste of campaign dollars in time. Once again, Joy Behar proudly puts her ignorance on full display. Play, and Michael Knowles calmly shreds it to pieces. It's been nearly 3 months since Trump won the election, yet Behar and the Democrats are still trapped in the 5 stages of grief. Except they never make it past denial. At this point, they'd rather rewrite history than accept reality. They'll grasp at anything: conspiracies, wild accusations, maybe even a scenes to summon Hillary's lost emails just to discredit Trump's historic win. But every time they try, they get steamrolled by people with Actual brains like Bill Maher and Michael Knowles who exposed their hypocrisy with ease. You'd think after so many public embarrassments they'd learn. But no, self-awareness isn't exactly the View's strong suit. This was Joy on the View on Friday. What was your reaction? Well, my reaction was I was at Costco buying 10 boxes of cured coffee. And my watch started to buzz. And I got so excited I started leaking a little bit. Just when you didn't think you could be more upset, you have to picture Joy, her vagina, I'm sorry, leaking out of Costco. I don't want it. I didn't want any of the events that happened late last week. What's going on? Why there's such a thing as TMI? There really is. Like it was inappropriate. She's inappropriate. It was disgusting, and no one wants to be thinking about that. But on the larger point, that's how rabid they are. Like it literally caused her to pee her pants. She was so excited to see Donald Trump convicted, like a 3-year-old seeing Goofy at Disney for the first time. Megyn Kelly just delivered a brutal takedown of Joy Behar, and honestly it's a masterpiece. Apparently Behar got so overwhelmed upon hearing about Trump's conviction that she, brace yourself, leaked at a Costco. Yes, you heard that right. The self-proclaimed intellectual heavyweight of The View literally peed herself in the frozen food aisle like an over-excited chihuahua. Kelly, of course, didn't let this golden moment slide with her signature wit. She cheered Behar for proving yet again that Trump literally lives rent-free in her head and bladder. And let's be real, if a conservative had admitted to something this humiliating, Behar would spend weeks cackling about it on air. But since it's her, we're supposed to pretend it's some grand noble act of resistance. Give us a break. Maybe next time she should focus less on Trump and more on adult diapers. Just a thought. Applause. Music. Applause. Okay, Joy is okay, but it was a scary moment at first when she missed her mark trying to sit down, and her swiveling. No, Behar isn't alright. In fact, many people wish she fell out of favor with the producers of the show instead of falling out of a chair. However, from the looks of it, Joy Behar and The View aren't going anywhere anytime soon, no matter how many ridiculous things they say. But thankfully Bill Maher and his fellow truth bombers aren't backing down, either relentlessly exposing their hypocrisy for the world to see. It's now a battle of wits to determine who comes out on top. Hopefully intelligence and sound judgment triumph over mindless cackling and the emotional depth of a Twitter meltdown. And with this we draw the curtains on today's video. If you enjoyed our spicy commentary, then be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to this channel for more fiery content like this. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.